welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and you share this video. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. It is Annika's World on Instagram, and if you feel so inclined, make sure you follow her story wraps. That's where I got this black wrap from. Well, it's actually my business and I make all of the wraps, so follow my business page before you follow my personal page, okay? Her story wraps, her story is with an I, wraps on Instagram. That's the website, that's all of that. So anyway, I'm on my way to the grocery store, and for a few weeks now I've been thinking about putting together this whole grand ass video of me discussing when I was depressed, right? So I'm like, fuck it, it's not gonna be the right time for me to do it. It's not, I don't want to get all, put my makeup on and be all dressed up to talk about this shit, because it's some real shit. So I might as well talk about it in the car while I'm on my way to the grocery store. I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna do it right now. So for a while, I want to say most of 2018, I was very depressed. And it wasn't because I do not have great things going on in my life. It is not because I do not have amazing people in my life that love me and care for me and, you know, really fuck with me and hold me down. It was really things from my childhood that had me depressed, being stressed about work. It's just so many things. I'll get into the things maybe like in a later video. But I really want to talk about what depression looked like for me, because so many times when I went to talk to people about being depressed, I didn't even know I was depressed. For one, I just thought I was very sad and everything made me angry. Like everything pissed me off. I was so ready to just cut people off. I didn't want to fuck with people no more over every little thing. I was sleeping a lot. I was drinking a lot, and I wasn't drinking a lot to where I would be all out in public, pissy, drunk, or anything like that. But at this particular time of my life, the only thing I was drinking was coffee and alcohol, and that's an issue. So when I would talk to people about this and try to, I don't even want to say try to get help or just try to kind of vent about how I was feeling, because I still don't even really know how to express it. But when I would hit people up and tell them, like, you know, I think I got a drinking problem, like I'm drinking all the time, and they're like, well, how many drinks are you having? I'm like, I'm only having like 1 or 2, maybe 3 a day or something like that. But this is every day, right? And this is like hard liquor every single day. I'm not drinking any water, any juice, unless it is like a mixer for my liquor, and I'm drinking coffee, and literally that's it. And that's a fucking problem. That's unhealthy. So I'm only drinking, I'm sleeping a lot, I'm literally just going with the flow. I'm just functioning as much as I need to in order not to lose my job and not to lose my business. I wasn't really talking to too many people. I was kind of like shut off. And I know one of the triggers, so this video is going to be all over the place because I didn't think about it and like put it together, so I apologize. This is just my story, and I want to share in hopes that it will help people realize that maybe somebody in their life is depressed, or they are depressed, or they are going through something. You know, I'm not a therapist, so I can't tell anybody what to do, and I really feel like depression and people's happiness is a person by person situation. So I can't say, well, this worked for me, so you should tell so and so that this will work for them. No. So don't think that. But I know in 2018 I was a big people pleaser, and I was trying to make everyone around me happy, and with that came a lot of lies, came a lot of things that I didn't want to do, that I kind of forced myself to do, and I was just fucking miserable. I was miserable. And from the outside looking in, when you look at my social media pages and you see like the great things that are going on in my life, you would never think like she just posted this picture about whatever event she was at or wherever she was speaking or whatever she was doing, but you don't even know how I really had to, it took everything in me to do these things last year. Like it took everything in me. Like I would be at events, like I would literally have a drink and hop in the car. I would have a drink, hop in the car, go to these events. I would smile and laugh with people. And then as soon as it was time to go, I was out. Like, I didn't want to be there anymore. And I got to a place where I was just so depressed and I felt so lonely that I would be driving on the freeway and I would just be like, you know what, I could just drive right off this motherfucker right now. Like, I'm ready to drive off this freeway right now. So I was so depressed for a while that I was like suicidal. I was just like, you know what, let's just be done with this shit. Like, I'm done with this. I don't want to live anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. Nobody is hearing me. Nobody cares. Nobody is understanding. I don't know what to fucking do. I'm just drinking and going to sleep. Like, everything. Another thing that I noticed about when I was depressed. So there's 3 major things that I noticed. I was always sleeping. Always tired. Always ready to take a nap. Always tired. I was drinking more than usual. So not only was I coming home and only drinking alcohol or drinking a beer or drinking wine or I like gin, so gin and tonics or whatever, I found myself while I was drinking like sneaking. So where I would tell people like, you know, I'm drinking a lot and stuff like this, I like tried to hide it when they tried to help me or whatever. For instance, like my mom was like, well, if you feel like you're drinking too much, Annika, like, you know, stop drinking. So when she would like leave the kitchen or something, I would like sneak a drink. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on with me? Anyway, and the third thing is that I was very easily angered. Very agitated all the time. Just always ready to fucking fight, right? Just always ready to fight. And anyway, back to the suicide. So I wasn't at home sitting there thinking that oh, I'm gonna just kill myself tonight, or I'm gonna take some pills or something like that. It would literally just be times where I was always driving, because I'm always in a car. I'm driving and I'm like going on an on-ramp or something, and I'm just like, you know what, I could just boop, 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 and go right off of that fucking on-ramp. And I don't know what made me not do it. I really don't know. I don't even really know what helped me kind of get out of my slump. I think what really happened for me was like, you know what, this shit is not right. Like, this is not you. This is not who you are. These thoughts and the way you're feeling is not correct. Like, this is some fucked up shit going on. And I always say, like, I am not a very spiritual person. Well, I'm very spiritual, I should say that. But as far as like organized religion and stuff like that, I'm not into that anymore. So, but I do believe in a higher power, and I do believe I have a whole head wrap on. Like, I definitely believe in spirits and bad energy and all of that. So I knew at that time, I'm like, this is some bad energy. I have something around me, something going on that's not right. And I really just decided to like really push through. And I'm like, I don't want to kill myself because I have so much other shit that I want to do. Like, this is just not the time. Like, this is not the time to do that. But I still would think about it. So I really had to psych myself out, or really convince myself that that was not the thing that I wanted to do. And thankfully, I did not do it. But I was really depressed for a very, very long time. I really felt like I wasn't shit, that there was nowhere that I really belonged. And like I said before, that nobody really cared. I felt like I was literally living my life for everyone else around me, and I was not doing the things that made me happy. And it was just a hard time. I would cry all the time. I would cry myself to sleep. And I'm laughing because I'm just like, I'm trying not to cry, because like for so long I was going through this, and I would talk to certain people about it, and I would just tell them like, you know, I'm sorry. I became real flaky. So I would make these plans with people, and I would say, oh, I'm gonna show up and I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that, and I would just completely go fucking MIA on them. And it was because I was just really depressed. Like, there would be days where I would try to make myself do stuff, and I just couldn't do it. I just could not do it. And can fall asleep. That's what I was doing to really cope with how I was feeling on the inside. So this video is getting kind of long, and if anybody has any questions and stuff like that, like, we can go a little further deeper into it. But I feel like a lot of the things that make me feel like way now are definitely things from my childhood, that I went through with my mom and my dad, and just growing up. It's a lot of stuff that people don't know about me that I guess I'm going to let people know through the YouTube channel. But it's a lot of stuff that that makes me think about older things. And while I was depressed, I really had to have a lot of breakdown honesty moments. And you would think that I wouldn't want to do that because I was already sad and I was already depressed. But having those honesty moments with myself and really digging deep into the shit that I've been through and really talking about it to myself made me feel better, and it made me understand, like, okay, it's not that you're not wanted, or it's not that nobody gives a fuck, or this person didn't say this because of that, that particular reason. This is what it is, and this is what we're gonna have to do to get over it. And my ex and also my friend Suma, who's a therapist, they always say mental toughness, and I've really been trying to build my mental toughness, because, like, when I tell you I'm so easily triggered still, like, I'm not depressed anymore. Some things really do just piss me off, and I have to understand that, Annika, you're emotional. I'm emotional as fuck. I had to realize that, like, I'm emotional as fuck, and my feelings are easily hurt or whatever, like, right off the bat. And that's because a lot of the times I don't think things through. So now I'm to a place where I'm just like, now I get what she said. So I've really pulled back the pop off, the cuss a motherfucker out over everything, to think about what was said to me, and really think about the person and who they are, in addition to what they said, to really understand what's going on. But that's all I want to talk about. I just really want to talk about how I was depressed last year, and I got through it, and I'm feeling a lot better now. There's certain things that do trigger me and make me think about my depression, but by no means am I suicidal anymore. But yeah, last year I was definitely suicidal. I was definitely very depressed. I was very sad. I was very angry. I felt like I didn't belong. I didn't know what to do, and luckily I got through that. And I'm hoping that if anyone is depressed, or you just feel any type of way, voice that to somebody that you trust. And I'm definitely going to start seeing a therapist so I can really tap in, because, like I said, I'm no professional. But I'm really going to talk to a therapist soon. I've been looking into some, so I can really dig deep into a lot of the stuff that's still, on my mind heavily. Just so I can be just whole and happy. So talking about mental health and talking about being depressed and suicidal, I know that in the Black community, or in communities of color period, can be very taboo. When you tell somebody you're depressed, like in a Black family, they like, nigga, you're bored, you better do something, you got too much to live for, and it's just like, well, I have all of these things and I still don't feel like I have shit to live for. So clearly there's an issue, but it could be very taboo. But talking to somebody, and you don't gotta tell nobody that you're talking to nobody. You don't gotta tell nobody that you're doing that shit. That's your business. That's your way to heal yourself and get over things. So fuck that shit. You don't gotta rant and rave like some people do. I'm talking to a therapist. I got a therapist. I go see my therapist on Tuesday. You don't have to do that. You can go see a therapist, and you can get through your shit with that therapist on your own. Like, you don't have to voice that. But I am, and I'm gonna start seeing a therapist. And I really encourage anyone to really dig deep, and if you need to talk to somebody about the feelings that you're having, especially if they are bad feelings about yourself and just about your life, definitely reach out and talk to somebody about that. Because when I tell you last year, baby, it wasn't fun for me. It was not fun for me at all. And yeah, so make sure you like, subscribe. If you have any questions about anything that I've mentioned, or you want to talk to me about it, feel free to comment or message me or whatever. I'm open to talk about it. I'm in a space where I can talk about the things that I've been through, or my depression from last year. Yeah, I'm open. So anyway, make sure you like and subscribe, and share this video if you want to. I don't give a fuck. Go ahead and share it. Let somebody know, phone a friend. And I'll talk to y'all later.